Hello friends, today we are going to study family Geraniaceae. Geraniaceae, a family of beautiful flowers. Most of the members of this family, they are planted as garden plants. That's why they are called as geranium or geranials. I have divided this video into two parts. In first part, we will cover the points like introduction of family Geraniaceae, general characters of the family, genera included under the family, diagnostic features of the family, and the common plants of the family. In the next part, we will study the example of this family, classification of the family, vegetative and reproductive characters of the family, and economic importance of the family. Now moving towards the introduction of that family, Geraniaceae is one of the dicot family. Dicot means the plants which shows presence of taproot system, the leaves shows presence of reticulate venation, and seed shows presence of two cotyledons. About the occurrence of these plant members, they are generally found in temperate and subtropical regions of the world. The Geraniaceae family shows presence of 7 genera and 830 species. As these family members possess most attractive flowers and variation in leaves, that's why they are used as an ornamental plant. Along with the ornamental value of this family, the members also possess the medicinal properties. Most of the plant members shows presence of alkaloids, flavonoids, and cardiac glycosides. Along with that, they have the antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal, and antioxidant property. As the species shows presence of large number of flavonoids, that's why they are used for the extraction of essential oil. And due to its attractive nature, these plant members, they are planted as an indoor as well as outdoor plants. The family Geraniaceae and Fancoaceae are the two families which are included under the order Geranials according to APG system of classification. The name of this family, it is derived from the genus Geranium. The family shows presence of large number of garden plants and they are called as geraniums. As I have already told you that this family shows presence of 7 genera. So among that 7 genera, 3 genera are largest one, that is geranium having 430 species, pelargonium 280 species, erodium 80 species. Now we are going to study the general characteristic features of this family. Most of the members of this family, they are herbs and very rarely they are shrubs. This family is characterized by presence of lobed leaves. The root system is taproot system. The stem is generally fleshy, thick, woody. The stem is covered with simple or glandular hairs. The leaves are stipulate. Stipulate means if a leaf shows presence of small leaf-like structure at the base of petiole, then it is called as stipule. The most important characteristic feature of that family is the leaves are stipulate. About the phyllotaxy of the leaves are either alternate or opposite. The leaves are incised or palmilobed or compound, and very rarely they shows presence of entire leaves. About the inflorescence of this family, the inflorescence is either cymose, solitary or biclustered type of inflorescence. See that how variation occurred in the leaves of this family. Some of the leaves, they show presence of tooth edges. Some of the leaves, they are roseate at the base. See that how deeply lobed the leaves are. Some of the leaves, they show presence of some colored attractive patches. See that? Leaves of this family, they are also attractive. Then again moving towards the general characteristic. Then the presence of stipulate leaves, it is the most important characteristic. Then presence of pentamerous flowers. Pentamerous flower means all the calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, they are present in the multiple of 5. Then the anthers are 10, and some of the species it varies up to the 50. The ovary terminates into a beaked structure at the apex. Then about the flowers are bracteate. Bracteate means a small leaf-like structure. If it is present at the base of flower, it is called as bracteate. And some of the members of this family, they also shows presence of bracteole. Then again the flower is pentamerous one, as it shows presence of all the orals, that's why it is complete one. It shows the presence of both the types of sex organs, that's why it is bisexual one. Then it is actinomorphic. Actinomorphic means if we cut a flower in any plane, it get divided into 2 equal parts. Most of the members, they are actinomorphic and very rarely they are zygomorphic. Then the flower is hypogynous. Hypogynous means whenever the calyx, corolla, androecium, they are originating from the below the ovary, then it is called as an hypogynous flower. Then the flower shows well differentiation in between the calyx and corolla. Then the flowers of various colored like pink, red, purple, blue and white. Calyx, they are usually 5. Very rarely they are 4 to 8. They are polysepalous. Polysepalous means the sepals are free one, and rarely they are connate at the base. They show presence of imbricate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation means one oral which is completely inside, second oral it is completely outside, and remaining 3 they are alternate with each other. Or some of the species they also shows presence of twisted aestivation. Similar about the corolla. Again they are usually 5, very rarely they are 4 to 8. They are polypetalous, means again if the petals are free one, either shows presence of imbricate aestivation or twisted aestivation. But the most important characteristic in between the corolla is that they show presence of nectariferous glands which are usually alternating with the petals. Then the stamens are usually 10 in 2 orals. Anthers are basifixed, connate and bithecous. Gynoecium, it is tri or pentacarpillary, very rarely tri or bicarpillary. Syncarpous. Syncarpous means it is fused. And if the flower is hypogynous one, the ovary is always superior. They show presence of exile placentation. About the type of fruit, the type of fruit is dry schizocarp. Or about the seeds are endospermic or with scanty of endosperm. The embryo is mostly curved, and the pollination in this family is entomophilous type of pollination. Then just take a look on main 7 genera of family Geraniaceae. So Geranium, it is the largest genus of the family Geraniaceae, possessing 430 species, having the characters, the leaves are palmately compound and all the 10 stamens, they are fertile in nature. Then second one, Pelargonium. Pelargonium, it shows presence of 200 species. The characteristic features of this genera are the flowers are zygomorphic, petals in 3+2 arrangement, means 3 petals are large and 2 petals are small. Then the stamens are either 2 or 7, and the remaining stamens, they are staminoids. Then the third genera, that is the Erodium. The Erodium shows presence of 60 species, having the characters like they show presence of 5 fertile stamens. Generally, the flowers are pink in color. The next genera, that is the Monosomia. Monosomia, they show presence of 27 species, and the characters are, they are undershrub. They possess woody rootstock, toothed leaves, stamens in 5 groups. In each group, they show presence of 3 stamens, and all the stamens, they are fertile in nature. The next one is California. This is the genera with a single species, that is the California microphylla. It is a herb species. Leaves are rounded or kidney shaped, and mostly the color of leaves is purple. The next genus, that is the Hyperciocaris. Having the characteristic like that, they are rosette at base and similar with the genus Monosomia. The flowers are solitary one. Then the last genus, it shows presence of pinnately compound leaves, and the stamens are 5 to 10 in number. So the genera Geranium, Pelargonium, Erodium, these are the most important genera of family Geraniaceae. Then look at this one. These are the genera from the plant list which are included under the family Geraniaceae. But the 7 genera which we have studied earlier, they are the accepted one. Just take a look on the beautiful flowers of that family. Then we study the diagnostic feature of the family. Diagnostic feature means how this family is going to differentiate from the other families. So first character is that members are mostly herbs. Then they are aromatic in nature. Stem and leaves are hairy and gland dotted. Leaves are always stipulate. Leaves are alternate. At the base, they are rosette, simple, pinnately or palmately compound. Inflorescence is cymose, solitary or biclustered type. Corolla shows presence of alternate nectariferous gland. This is the most important characteristic. Then the flowers are pentamerous. They are mostly irregular with 4 free sepals and 5 petals. The aestivation is generally twisted or imbricate. The stamens ranging from 10 to 15. They are either free or fused. The ovary is always superior, style 3 to 5 lobed and syncarpous. The type of fruit, that is dry schizocarp with mericarp and one-seeded. Now just look the beautiful flowers under this family. How attractive are they? Now just take a look on the common plants of that family, that is Geranium oculatum, Erodium, Pelargonium, Pelargonium zonale, Milianthus, Geranium, Impatiens, Sarcoquelon. These are the common plants belonging to that family. The next one is about the fruits of that family. So if you see this one, this is called as an dry schizocarpic fruits. When they get dry, it looks like that, and it splits the carpels like that, which help them at the time of seed dispersal. See that? The dry schizocarpic fruits, which will help them at the time of seed dispersal. So these are the seeds of that family members. So seeds are generally elliptic, having the acute apex, and whenever we are going to observe the seeds under the scanning electron microscope, they show presence of reticulate venation. Okay, thank you. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.